And joining me now is one of our newsmakers tonight. He's right there in the field. Minister in the Delhi government, Saurabh Bharadwaj, is near the ITO barrage, which, remember, has become one of the spaces where water has accumulated. Saurabh Bharadwaj, you are there at that ITO barrage spot. It appears that the Delhi government seems to be now blaming the Haryana government for releasing excess water, for suggesting that some of these barrage gates are not working. I want to understand from you, are you passing the buck? Are you blaming Haryana for what should be your responsibility?
Rajeev, we are just putting some facts on the table, and we did not do it on day one. We have been working day and night to help the citizens of Delhi. Now I think you also stay in Delhi, and most of the viewers who stay in Delhi understand that Delhi is not facing rains for last 5 days. Delhi had its rain on 8th, around 153 mm of rains. On 9th we had rains in the evening, and 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th we did not have any rain in Delhi. In spite of the fact, the levels of Yamuna have been continuously rising for last 5 days, and they have risen to levels which are unprecedented. I just wanted to remind all your viewers that the Delhi faced its worst floods in the year 1978. And even in 1978, when lots of people were dead, property was devastated, the levels of Yamuna were like 207.49 meters. Today, the levels of Yamuna breached 208.60 meters, which is 1 meter beyond what we witnessed in 1978. That is like 45 years back. So you can imagine these levels are unprecedented. Nobody expected that Delhi will get so much of water just because
I take that point. Saurabh bhai, I take that point, but are you blaming, how can you blame the Haryana government? Either there was no coordination between Delhi and Haryana. The fact is Hatnikund barrage is located in Haryana. You seem to be suggesting that Haryana released excess water, that 5 of the 32 gates of the ITO barrage in Delhi, which are run by the Haryana government, were jammed, causing the rise in water levels. But the fact is, the regulator at Indraprastha metro station collapsed because allegedly of poor condition. Now, how long is this blame game going to continue between Delhi and Haryana?
Rajiv ji, there is no blame game. I am just putting few more facts on the table. Another fact is, at Hatnikund, there are 3 streams which come out of Haryana. One is Western Canal, another is Eastern Canal, and the third one is the Yamuna. What we found today from various videos which have been shared by us from the neighbors is that the canal which comes to Delhi is full of water. The river which comes to Delhi is full of water. But the canal, the Eastern Canal, which goes to Saharanpur in UP, has no water. So I don't think it is just a coincidence that Haryana doesn't seem to send water into UP even through its canal. But it is very happy sending all the water into the canal of Delhi and into the Yamuna, which is flowing across Delhi. Now all these things are basically science. All the engineers who regulate the regulator at Hatnikund understand, and there are very basic formulas that if you release 3 lakh cubic water, this will make Yamuna's level this much. So these are predictions, and these predictions are with the Haryana government and are with the nodal agency, which is the Central Water Commission.
No, are you willing to put out in the public domain? Are you willing to put out in the public domain all your communication with the Haryana government? You are making a very serious charge today. You are virtually claiming that at least part of the flooding was man-made. That this was done by the Haryana government to target an opposition government in Delhi.
Rajiv ji, what I am saying is, we can put out in public the log sheets of Hatnikund barrage, which will prove to the world that the Haryana government consciously did not send water into the canal which runs through UP, but they pushed water into the canals of Delhi and through the Yamuna river. Second, The barrage where I am sitting is an ITO barrage. Time and again we have written to Haryana government that you don't need this barrage. You don't have anything to do with this barrage. Please hand it over to the government of Delhi so that we can maintain it. Every time during the Chhath season, we have to request Haryana government to open 2 gates, 3 gates, modulate it. Why should we write to Haryana every time? We want to maintain it ourselves. It's a very simple thing.
No, you want to maintain it yourself, but did you, just a minute, you say you want to maintain the barrages. Okay, you want to maintain the barrages in ITO. For our viewers outside Delhi, ITO is in the heart of Delhi, and this is the area in and around leading up to Red Fort, which has been flooded in the last few days. But the question therefore is, you want to maintain it, Saurabh Bharadwaj, but isn't it a fact that the regulator at the Indraprastha metro station, which had not been used or maintained for several years, collapsed because of the poor condition, and this is what caused the flooding ITO, Red Fort and surrounding areas? Can you take responsibility for that or not?
Yes. So let me tell this. No, Rajdeep, I would invite you personally to come and visit the regulator. The regulator is almost new. The plates being used are not at all rusted. They are well maintained, well painted, and you can make out from the condition of the regulator that it was a very healthy regulator, well maintained, and we are maintaining 17 regulators. But you have to understand this, Rajdeep, that Haryana, this retention of water between Wazirabad and this ITO barrage, we are not creating a dam. We don't have a dam. It is a small, it is just a barrage, and these are just gates. If you are, so I'll just tell you few
how did the regulator collapse?
What is happening?
How did the regulator collapse if it is brand new?
So I'm telling you, yes, I'm telling you. 3 lakh cubic water is entering Delhi from Wazirabad, and 2.25 lakh cubic water is leaving from ITO. So you can understand that in Delhi, we are retaining a lot of water because these ITO barrage gates are closed. And obviously there are some more hindrances because, RRTS is constructing, few bridges across Okhla, and similarly a Barapula bridge is being constructed, which is also creating some obstructions. So what I'm saying is Delhi is retaining a lot of water, and when you retain 75,000 cusecs, that means 75,000 cubic feet water per second. It is not a dam. You cannot retain it. So it puts lot of pressure on our regulators. And this regulator, which is nearest to ITO, could not bear this pressure because Delhi is not made. Delhi has never been designed to handle such kind of pressures coming from Yamuna. That's why, that regulator got breached.
Is it then a wake-up call? No, but then is it a Saurabh bhai, is it a wake-up call? Is it a wake-up call for you? Prevention, ensuring better coordination, are these all wake-up calls? Because the citizen has suffered. The citizen is not interested whether it was Haryana or whether it was controlled by Haryana or Delhi. The citizen wants to know, why is it that even when Delhi was not experiencing rainfall, the streets were flooded? Why did that water come in? Is there going to be now at least an attempt made to ensure this doesn't happen again?
I think, Rajdeep, this is very difficult to say because this is very unprecedented. You cannot create thousands of crores worth of regulators just because there can be rains after 45 years, and that too not in Delhi, that too somewhere in the northern India. You cannot put thousands of crores into that. So Delhi is designed for the optimal or the regular situations of rain and the regular situations of Yamuna. This unprecedented rain, you cannot blame the drainage system of Delhi because I'll just give you an example. Look, all the drainage system across the world runs on gravity. So drains basically flush all the storm water through gravity into the nearest water bodies, which can be Yamuna in case of Delhi. So drain is at this level and Yamuna is at this level, and the drain will drain out water into Yamuna like this. But when you have an unprecedented situation, when Yamuna is at 5 meters higher than its usual course, that means almost 2 stories high, then all these drains which are pushing out water into Yamuna cannot push water because Yamuna, it is at a higher level. So now you need regulators which will basically stop or prevent water from entering from the river back into the city. And that's how, because there is so much of pressure on regulators, unprecedented.
I am presuming though,
breached.
Okay, I am presuming though that the worst is over. Therefore, I will ask you, in your view, what is the biggest lesson that you have learned that you will ensure that next time round we are in a better place to deal with such a calamity?
Rajiv, I must tell you, for last 3 days, NDRF is helping Delhi government. Even the engineers regiment of army has been helping Delhi government. And yesterday night at 10 o'clock, the news flashed on a lot of media channels on the Twitter that there is a breach of a regulator, and if it is not stopped, water will reach the top court of India, that is Supreme Court. Water will reach Luton's Delhi, and it is a very sensitive area. It is a pride of our country. So I reached that place at around 10 o'clock. I assessed the situation, and I called up officials, and we have a special WhatsApp group just for flood control, which has the top IAS officers of Delhi. And I told them, Mr. Ashwini Kumar, we should call NDRF and we should take their help. At 11 o'clock, then Atishi tells, yes, if NDRF cannot come, we should call Army's engineer regiment. They are more skilled. They are more, they understand how to handle disasters. Our departments are not, they are not that expert. And the officials ignored it, avoided it. And
you're making a very serious charge again.
As the minister, I don't have these contact numbers.
You're making a serious charge again that officials did not respond to your emergency calls last night.
Yes, Rajdeep. And one of the district magistrates says on the WhatsApp group, which has the chief secretary, sir, I am at the location. My team is at the location. And I was at the location. I said, you are not at the location because I am at the location. So district magistrate is telling a lie on a WhatsApp group saying that she is at a location and she knows what situation is, although they did not know. None of the IAS officers were there in the night. I was there throughout the night, Rajdeep, with around 200 laborers and, a superintendent engineer. But had it been,
so if
the minister is giving directions, and not just one minister, two ministers are giving directions, in the event of calamity, in the event of emergency, they should be followed.
So therefore, I will ask you, do we have too many? Do we have too many authorities who don't trust? Do we have too many authorities who don't trust each other? Haryana government, BJP ruled, Delhi government, Aam Aadmi Party ruled. MCD ruled now by the Aam Aadmi Party, NDMC comes under the center. We've got officers responding to the LG, officers responding to ministers. Do we need a single authority now for flood control?
I think, Rajdeep, we can deal with the central government and we can deal with the Haryana government. But we as a government cannot deal with the situation because where officers are not answerable to the elected government, where officers are not accountable to the elected government, because LG is not accountable to the people of Delhi. It is me who is being asked questions by Rajdeep Sardesai. Nobody asked these questions from Honorable LG. Nobody asked these questions from the Chief Secretary. I have to go back to you, Rajdeep, and ask for your vote. So they should be accountable to me, the government. That's what we need, This ordinance has basically, has created havoc in the administrative system of Delhi.
Okay, that's of course the other big issue. We will debate that in the days ahead, particularly when Parliament is set up. But Saurabh Bharadwaj, you've joined us from ground zero near the ITO barrage. As I said, I hope the situation gets better soon. But thank you so much for joining me here and giving us your side of the story. Thank you.
Thank you.